So Ark Survival Evolved is coming to Switch, and I'm a little torn on this game because it's already released. It's been out on other platforms already. The performance is absolutely horrendous on those platforms in terms of frame pacing and frame rate. The concepts of the game are sweet. You know, you're trying to survive. It's a survival game, RPG kind of thing, adventure. You're dinosaurs. You can ride them. You can do all this crazy stuff. There's a lot of things about this game I like in terms of its concepts, but its execution apparently is based on the reviews. It's got a Metacritic of 69, a user score of 4.2, which is absolutely horrendous. This game is widely considered not good, but every time I see footage of it, every time I see a trailer like the new one that released today, I can't help but get a little excited. And here's the weird thing, right? Because it's coming to Switch, and it's a third-party game, another late port, but whatever. It is what it is. Bring on all the ports. Here's what the developer... how do I put this? Abstraction CEO, they're the people who made the game, Ralph Egas, mentioned the game industry, that the team created something you could almost send for certification. And he's talking about them bringing the game to Switch. I really want to get into what he had to say about this because I think it's extremely interesting. He shared this about the progress of the game on Switch. Studio Wildcard only asked for a first playable. That's not even a straightforward port. They just want to be able to play it. But maybe sound isn't there yet, or no cutscenes, or not all the controls are implemented yet. Maybe you can walk and do this and that, but you can't craft anything. That's a first playable, and that's what we agreed. But we went all the way into the straightforward port on every subsystem and then some. We still have some work to do, but it's already running close to 30 FPS in most cases. And then, this is where it gets really interesting. He talks about the Switch's power and developing for the system. He says Switch is not as powerful as the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One. Everyone knows that. Having said that, the difference isn't as big as the general perception would have you believe. In some locations, you need to downsize a bit on the distance you're able to view, but not as much as you think compared to the Xbox One and PlayStation 4. Obviously, in terms of the Xbox One X and PlayStation 4 Pro, that's a different story, but compared with the base platforms, Switch is not that bad. Performance is not really an issue. The issue instead is in the size of the carts. The 32GB carts are expensive. You shouldn't be wanting to do that, so we need to fit everything into 16GB, whereas the standard game on PlayStation 4 is much, much larger. It's a crazy ratio we're talking about. However, thankfully, there are a lot of opportunities for reduction without changing anything that anyone will notice. Another thing we can do, a cartridge version, and then staggered downloads to make the game complete. It's probably the hardest part, finding all the new technicalities and quirks you get with the new platform. Of course, with the runtime memory footprint, there's not as much as PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, so that means you need to reduce the content that is being used at any one time. Partially, that's a case of having fewer dinos here or there, or downsizing on actual content experience, but it's only a little bit. The rest is just from clever compression algorithms. And here's what I'll say as someone who's followed this game and not been happy with the promises that were never kept and all that jazz, because this game had a little bit of crowdfunding, a little bit of just the developers going out there and over-promising, under-delivering, and a lot of other shady stuff that I really don't want to get into. We're just going to focus on the game itself. If the game can run at a solid, stable 30 FPS on Switch, funnily enough, it would instantly become the best version of this game. And they are claiming that in most instances it does run at 30 FPS. Well, most instances. What are the instances that it doesn't? Now, obviously, they're still working on optimizations. It comes out later this year. I think fall or whatever is the target at this point. So it's not ready. It's not gold. It's not coming out soon. But like, I'll take fewer dinos here or there. I'll take some downsizing on the content experience, whatever that even means. I have no clue. Does it just draw distance or what? But I will take all that for a game that performs well. If it performs well, this game might be like a 75 out of 100 on Metacritic. Like, that's not extremely bad. I'm okay with that. But it's just interesting that this game's even coming to Switch at all. I think because it tanked so bad on PlayStation 4, they're really trying to find an audience. And as I watched some of our our regulars on Discord react to this, and I've seen people talk about it in the comments. I've seen the like to dislike ratio on Nintendo's YouTube channel for the trailer. It came to my attention that they might be successfully selling this game to a new audience. And I wonder if us as Nintendo fans are simply going to be more receptive of this game because we're just not very aware of its history. We're not aware of the overpromises and the underdelivering. Or, yeah, it performed bad on PlayStation 4, but really all we care about is how it performs on Switch. And if it does perform well on Switch, I think a lot of people that pick up this game are going to be extremely happy. And that could be myself included. I love a good dinosaur game. And here's the thing, we arguably still don't have a good dinosaur game. You know, the closest is Horizon Zero Dawn, but then again, that's more mechanical, futuristic kind of thing, where I'm talking about like the old school dinosaurs, man. I love like the old Turok games, right? Like I know they weren't necessarily good, but they were fun, and I've been wanting a good dino survival kind of game, and you know, this looks exactly like what I want. It looks gorgeous. The gameplay clips we see look great. I know there's videos and walkthroughs and tons of stuff out there showing the bad performance on PlayStation 4. I don't know how the game can run better on Switch. That's really my caveat here, is that this game, I'm telling you right now, it does not run like, it runs like crap on PlayStation 4, and that's its target platform. So how is it going to run better on its non-targeted platform in Switch? I don't know. Maybe reducing the dino count or the draw distance or whatever they did ended up fixing all of these issues on a platform that they themselves are saying really isn't as far behind PlayStation 4 and Xbox One, the base systems, as the specs tell you. But it is what it is. I can't wait to see what happens. My judgment on this game is going to be reserved until we get Digital Foundry or someone else take a look at it before it comes out, because I want it to be good. I know the game overall is not great, but if it can be okay and run well, I'll probably pick it up and play it for you guys, because dude, it's a game about surviving dinosaurs. Let's do it. Let's ride them. Let's get on those pterodactyls. Let's ride the triceratops and all that stuff. Let's take out the T-Rexes. Let's have a good time. That's what I'm looking forward to in this game. And yeah, it's weird that I'm excited for something that I know is probably going to be bad, but still, it's coming. It's a AAA, esque game. So yeah, let me know if you're excited about this Dino game and the footage you have seen of it throughout this this little news video in the comments below. Before I sign out, I do want to let you guys know that we are not having a Prime News today, or tomorrow, or possibly the rest of this week. The reason for that, not to get too personal, but my mother is in the hospital right now. No, I cannot be in the hospital with her, or that's what I would be doing now instead of making this video. They said right now she can't have any visitors. Don't worry, it sounds like she's going to be okay at the end, but she's in there for a pretty serious thing, and that's just been weighing on my mind, and I've been really struggling. Prime News has a lot of work that goes into it beyond the 15 minutes you see recorded, and I just don't have the will at this moment to put in that kind of work for so many different stories. So I'm still going to have these individual story videos coming out and all that jazz. But anyways, folks, I'm Nathaniel Ruffagents from Nintendo Prime, and if you like this video, you know what to do, and if you dislike the video, hit that dislike button. Otherwise, folks, subscribe for more content just like this, and I'll catch you in the next one.